Well, actually, I think, Bill, the biggest strategy of any football game is the mental attitude, and it's probably a little more difficult when you're trying to prepare your team to play somebody that hasn't won a football game. But here again, I think that all our people have to do is think back to 1967, when again we had a pretty good football team, and we were favored over VMI, and VMI just kind of just kicked us real good. They moved the ball real well and beat us 12-10 and really dominated the football game. And I think actually this is what we did. We showed them the '67 film to make them realize just what a team can do. Plus the fact that we also showed them our last year's film, because up until the time that Edwards threw that pass in last year's game, VMI was controlling the football game at that time. And so we feel like that it's all mental, and we just got to get them ready to be ready to play, mentally prepared as well as physically.
How about this VMI club? Now, they have lost potentially 12 starters this season.
Well, I know Coach Regazzo hates to lose boys like this, because we lost Paul Ripley, and that really hurt our football team, because Paul was an outstanding football player. And when you lose boys like Marks, who was elected as captain, and then here last couple of weeks they lose Sowers and Byer, who had been their better ball carriers. It really hurts you to see boys like this give up football. It kind of makes you wonder, well, what goes on in their minds, that they're leaders and own your football team, and they just give up football. And I just don't know what goes on in their minds, and it has to have hurt them. But here again, Bill, back in 1964, we were struggling along, and one of our seniors, who was a starter, quit our football team, and after about the first 4 or 5 ball games. And the only game we lost after that was to Syracuse in the last seconds of the ball game. And so actually it just turned our football team on, and I think they got so mad at the boy for quitting that they just said, well, we're going to do better without him, and actually did better without him. And several of our players came and told me that time was the best thing that ever happened to our football team when he